Hi everyone. There's less of a segue now. Hold on, I got
perfect reaction for Renee. Yes.
Renee.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
That's amazing.
Oh God.
Yeah, Renee is really surprised about the intro.
She might be in shock for a while.
Oh, who is that? Oh, Dan, your camera went out. And
what?
you fucked everything up.
You ruined it, Dan.
Now I am Dan.
I didn't do anything.
Oh wait, no. If I'm gonna be Dan, hang on.
Your camera died.
It's fine. It's cool. I have all these fake mustaches. Dan, which one do you want me to put on?
Shit, yes.
The handlebar one, obviously. That's the only
really
correct.
long
Yeah.
Confucius one.
That's the
All right,
that's
Fu
the
Manchu.
only correct answer.
I'm not gonna use the sticky because I will never get this off my face. But now I am Dan.
Everything changed.
Fine.
Why did you do that?
I don't know. It's like as soon as the cameras went live, it was like, hey,
It knows we're
fuck
live.
you.
We're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Hey everyone, welcome to Chosen season 2. I'm sorry, Renee hit me up at the last minute and she can't make it because she's still unpacking. So it's all good. We'll have her in here next week.
Yep.
So we have this. I was like, I'm gonna find a goofy picture of Renee, and I found it, and that's what I did.
I feel like it's not exactly like they're in short supply.
They are not at all. Hold on, I gotta make a little bit of adjustments on stuff. So at the last second, Meta updated the boundaries to the game. Let's expand that, make it bigger. Ooh, I don't know what Dan's doing.
My it's connected to Zoom. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe try logging out and logging back in.
All right, I'll do that. Oh wait, hold on. Boom. I may have hit a hotkey. I don't know.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna have everyone turn off their cameras, and we're gonna try this game. We're gonna try this game, and I'm gonna see if we can figure it out. So we're gonna play the camera game at the beginning of stream. Taylor.
Yes,
That's
I'm sorry.
you. So I'm gonna have Taylor turn on yours first, and then Spoonie, and then Dan.
So me first. Boop.
Yep. Spoonie, then Dan. Okay, they didn't move at all. So I'll just switch it here. Fuck it. We'll do some hot fixing, and then I'll make some adjustments. Cause Dan wants to break my stream.
Dan. It's okay.
Everything's broken. So yeah, while I'm fixing all this, let's go around the round table, and we have a new fish here. Um, I'm getting all the adjustments done. Dan, do you want to talk about yourself a little bit and who you're playing today?
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name's Dan, or Dan Otage on the on everything really. But I'm playing a guy called Crash. Yeah, Taylor made a joke right as we were starting, and there's a little bit to that. And my
No,
last
no,
name
you didn't.
is not Bandicoot. It's not. I promise, it's not Bandicoot. But there may be some similarities, and I'm excited to exploit them.
Does he have a penchant for saying "whoa"?
Whoa! Yeah,
Is he a fan of jumping?
He's a fan of doing dumb things. Let's put it that way.
Okay, sounds like
So what you're saying is he's gonna fit in fine.
yeah.
Sounds like it. Sounds
Yeah.
like it.
Now I feel like it's a competition of who can outdumb each other now.
Meanwhile, Graylin will just sit there shaking his head.
Graylin is dad.
Graylin is dad, yeah. Graylin is
Sounds like-
Graylin is metagame dad.
And speaking of Graylin, let's. Hi.
Hi. Oh, sorry. I thought you were doing something. I thought you were adjusting something.
I was speaking of. I'm introducing. Don't pay attention to me.
Speaking of Graylin, yeah. Hi, my name's Taylor, or Capital Vices TV. I'm a variety broadcaster here on Twitch. For those of you that weren't here from season 1, Graylin's a half-elf warlock sorcerer boy with some I don't know. What's his issue? He has like abandonment issues.
Oh yeah, he has mom issues.
Yeah, I've got family issues.
Yeah. Oh, and you hate your dad.
I-
And you
yeah.
hate spiders. Thank you, Toby.
I hate spiders. Yes, I hate spiders.
And then Renee, if you want to go. Hi, my name's Renee.
Hi, my name's Renee.
I like techno music. I have music festival weekend, and I play a dirty elf hippie. Hey, Spuddy, what you going about?
Oh my god.
I didn't get that. Did anybody
I
get
think
that?
I forgot the part where Aster likes to have sex with people a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, Aster's things are sex,
Sleeping in holes.
sleeping in holes, farting,
Drugs.
yoga,
Drugs.
drugs. Well, drugs now.
I hear Aster's really into the sex part with a certain race.
Oh yeah, anything with horns.
She's got a thing for demons.
I may or may not be a tiefling.
Oh boy. Well, this is gonna be cool. You're gonna want to put so you're gonna want to, Joe, whenever you broadcast with Chosen from now on, you're gonna want to put ERP as one of the communities, because there's gonna be
We'll just take a 20-minute break there.
weekly
where...
bone sesh. Dan, your camera died again.
What is happening?
She's gonna find a picture of Dan.
Why is he doing that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Luckily, I have it framed up so when you disappear, it doesn't fuck everything up. You just
I'm
disappear
gonna
and
check
reappear.
all my hotkeys real quick.
Your hotkey, Spoonie.
Hi.
Who are you playing today?
Hi, I'm Spoonie. I am a full-time variety broadcaster, primarily focused on RPGs, and I play Lala Mistrala, who is a very tiny Lalafell who is obsessed with dragons and also really likes to kill people.
We've all taken a pretty good shine to killing people
Wonderful.
Yes.
ever since the beginning of the campaign.
But
Like
only
great,
people.
That's very true.
or people that we at least perceive as being evil.
Lala has a very specific viewpoint of who's evil, so
Okay.
Yeah, don't.
she's so good. She's chaotic good, a little extra on the chaotic.
That's very true. Yeah, you're super chaotic, but I also like to think that you were like in a super like sheltered home, and then Dan disappeared again, and he's back. Hi, Dan.
I don't know.
You know that video of Meet the Pyro for TF2 where everything's rainbows and unicorns? Think about that.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's gotta have a mug. Yes. And I'm McLokin, the wonderful GM here. That is drinking his drink to get his energy. It's been a few weeks since we've all hung out. It has. New things about me. I started a new job. If you guys can tell, these are my work clothes. I was like, I don't want to change when I get home into something else. I'm very comfortable in the clothes I'm wearing, so I'm gonna look spiffy for my D&D broadcast.
There you go.
As well as, I mean, that's the only thing really going on. I started a new job. That's about it. And then I'll do all my announcements at the end, like I normally do. What's going on new with you guys?
Not much. I'm on summer break from school, basically. Trying to find some full-time work for the summer, apart from doing a little bit of social media stuff for Encounter Roleplay. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, you're doing that fancy shit, aren't you?
Yeah. I write D&D memes.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty good
So
job.
if I'm tweeting at Encounter Roleplay, is it you?
No, I don't have access to the account like in earnest. I can put stuff up in the queue. Usually I think hey Ollie. Usually I think it's either Will or Sid or Kiana. I think it's mostly Will and Sid though.
Probably Will and Sid, honestly. Maybe Will. I don't know.
I may have access to it eventually.
Okay. Yeah. You guys, what have you been up to?
I finally beat Persona 5.
Ooh.
Oh, that was like
68 hours.
Jesus.
Good.
Okay.
It was really good though. It's one of my favorite games now. Definitely worth.
I still need to play. I still need to play a game. I really have not been playing video games lately. I like Get Home. I played Conan Exiles for a lot, and I was doing an RP server. I can see what's fun about the RP servers. I don't understand the characters people make sometimes in those servers, so I'm just like, it's fun. I like playing Conan, but I gotta get back into Monster Hunter and all that kind of shit.
Oh my god, I miss Monster Hunter too.
I'm gonna get into that whenever it comes out on PC finally.
Oh, I'm gonna re-get it when it comes out on PC so I can kill everything again.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I just became a Dauntless partner, so I'm kind of
Congratulations.
Nice, congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats. Is that I haven't played it since like
I applied for that.
I applied for that too. All right, they didn't talk to me, and I was like, well,
No, yeah, I didn't get a response, so I figured that's probably a no.
well, I stopped playing the game too.
Played Dauntless.
It's did
They just not go into?
Open
they
beta?
no, they go into open beta tomorrow, so the wipe's tonight.
Yeah, 10 a.m. No, the wipe was a couple days ago. They've been down for 2 days.
Never mind.
Oh well.
They've been
Oh,
down
I didn't get far enough in to get that special flare.
for the Maelstrom.
Yeah, well, I had the Maelstrom open on the map, but I guess you have to have a certain quest.
You just have to have it open, I believe. It should be good.
Oh, we'll find out.
So I mean, yeah. What is with Dauntless? Have they improved? Like they improved a lot of things. I might go back and try it again.
Since the beginning, they've
There's
changed.
still a lot of optimization to do, especially when you're wandering around in town. There's a lot of pop in and frames kind of go through the floor, but the monsters have all been tweaked like really nicely. The difficulty progression just for the monsters themselves ramps up a lot more smoothly. There are a couple spikes, like they're kind of like walls of progression where you have to like stop and actually power up your gear, and then you'll have a better chance.
Okay, so it's not like last time where, because when I played, the problem I had with it, it's a good game, but like, I was very much used to Monster Hunter, where if I had a set of armor and I upgraded it, it lasted a long while. This in Dauntless, but this was like a long time ago, so don't take this as like, oh, that game sucks. It was more like, I would get like a set. And I'd be like, oh shit, I got this set, and then like 2 monsters later, they're like, oh, that set's bullshit now. You need this set now, and I'm like, ah, dude.
It's still somewhat like that, but gear does tend to have a little bit longer of a shelf life now.
Yeah.
Until you get into elemental resistances, then it's like you need to have different full sets.
When the closed beta ended, it was you can basically make 1 set per tier, and it'd be fine.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's a It's a really good game. Yeah, but yeah. So
Thanks. Now I want to download another game.
Dauntless.
It's an open beta. Do it.
Free now.
Yeah. Start downloading it now. So when you start getting choppy, we're like, oh, she's just downloading Dauntless. It's okay. It's fine. So yeah, let's head back to where everything left off and kind of give Dan a heads up on where you guys are at in life. With Graylin and Lolala and Aster and Migu. You guys, in the last episode, made Dan disappear. And
It's gonna keep happening. Let me figure out what it is.
no, it's all good, dude.
it's
I
fine.
got you. I got you. I'm just gonna keep casually pointing it out in the game. So
It's just one of your innate abilities.
You're cursed. You're cursed with blink.
I don't know. I don't know.
But
if
you have
that's a
you have no
curse.
control over when it goes off. It just you're
Oh.
like gone.
I am cursed. That's for sure.
Oh,
So, when you guys in the last session went to Mount Etna and ventured into the almost erupting volcano, and you went inside and you fought the fire lady, who I forgot who I named her so long ago. I don't have my notes up, so basically, you guys, it was a end-all be-all fight, and fought her, and she was in a more complete form this time. And the battle raged on for a good little bit, and it had a good back and forth, to the point where I believe Lolala struck her down. Maybe. I can't remember exactly. It's been a few weeks.
What was it me? I can't remember if I actually got the
Not
killing
sure.
blow or not. I did a lot of damage.
I think it might have been me actually.
Was it you? It's hard.
I think I did it with like that bullshit, the spear that I got. I think.
I thought you gave that spear away to
No.
the man
What?
because you were like it was a normal spear.
Hold
Oh
on.
no, you got a spear forged.
Yeah, I've got like a bunch of shit like that I don't know what to do with.
Oh yeah, you do. So
I'm a walk like I'm a shop now. I'm gonna have to just like set up shop somewhere.
you're gonna have to get a trench coat and be like, here are my wares. And like, what do you
Yeah.
need?
It was a salamander spear, which was just like plain wrought iron, which I didn't know that salamanders use. But I had that blacksmith like inlay it or
Oh yeah.
make an alloy using gill.
Yeah. So you made like a gill spear,
Yeah, a money spear.
a money spear.
Money,
That's
money,
that's
money.
that's so Final Fantasy though. It's like this spear whenever you attack it,
The coins appear.
Yeah, flings money at your opponents.
it's like the coin toss.
Oh god. Best ability. So as you guys got in that fight, and it was an epic battle. There was a lot of like hellfire bursting up through the ground. Lolala got her hair singed. Graylin stayed way in back and didn't get hit by anything. Aster
As
turned
he is wont to
into
do.
a few monsters or different creatures. And then Migu, used his tongue in battle. And then you guys all defeated her, and as you took the essence of fire, or tried to take the essence of fire from her, within the fire, Elder Marldek came from behind and absorbed all that power, turning himself into a infernal hell being of some sort, and calling himself a Freet. And
Oh, fuck, that's right.
yeah, and turning into a huge monster as you guys ran away. But as you guys were the monster, the whatever it was coming after you and using its abilities, and it seemed like escape was not going to happen. Verbandermog came out of nowhere and began to cast the spell Banish, and banishing the creature to back into the realm of Espers. And
Basically dunked on him.
yeah, he dunked him. But as he was being pulled in, he grabbed Verbandermog, and Verbandermog disappeared with the Ifrit into the realm of Espers.
He sacrificed himself.
It was a sad moment.
We get some F's in the chat for Vandermog.
And they never saw Verbandermog again. Possibly. You never know what I'm thinking. You guys all, after that moment, started to make your way back to getting the Essence of Fire that Migu now wields. And running through, Lolala made a statue to Verbandermog, telling everyone that he is the true hero of Migu Town. And how did she make that statue again? You made it somehow.
Oh, she asked Graylin to make it using his magic powers.
Oh yeah, I Eldritch Blast the F out of it.
Yeah, you're like, and I made you roll a performance, and I think you critted.
Yeah.
And so you made
Looks exactly like him.
Yeah, it's tempered perfectly, and all that kind of stuff. And so you go.
He's got there's a string of drool from where he's like licking his hair to wash someone's feet.
No, that's not me. Verbandermog.
Oh, for Vandermog. Never mind.
No. Oh.
I want to know more about that, though.
Migu had a thing with washing feet, but he used his saliva and his hair to get it done.
Yes.
He was an interesting character.
He also
Very specific.
he also only could eat from the hands of a woman, and then after that character or NPC fed him, he would have to wash her feet, and washing her feet meant with hair and
Tongue bathing.
Yeah.
And that's not normal.
Well,
Also, we talked about people a lot, and a dragon named Gary, who apparently knew everything, but was also super evil.
yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure he was evil. He was just kind of a dick.
Yeah. By a dick, it was the dragon who raised him and also polymorphed to be his mother at the same time, and malnourished him a lot. And then trained him to only eat from when his mother showed up. So, yeah. That was Gary. And you still have Gary's cabin, Lolala.
I do.
Yep. You guys, after you make the statue, run back and start performing the ritual, and it brought back Dan, and it was a fantastic moment. And end of season 1. You guys all got to Elios. And in Elios, you guys started doing the Festival of Balance and performing the ritual. And everyone was fine. But Aster at the last second saw that when Migu, when he was putting the Essence of Fire in, that there was black specks within the beam that shot up into the center of this place. And as everything combined and the ritual seemed to be set, the crystals began to crack and darken and shatter, and the world started rumbling. And in the center of or the west side of town, from where you guys are at, you guys saw the galaxy tree show up and into the west side of town and form there, destroying a lot of land. And that's where you guys noticed you were being turned into bronze as you were trying to get away, but your feet wouldn't move as it was bolted to the ground. And now you guys struck your final poses, which I don't remember exactly. I remember Migu was like this because I was playing Migu at that time, and he was like, and he was laughing in the air. Aster did some lewd shit, which God, I don't remember if she was bent over or something. I don't. Aster's a character, and then I think Lolalo is trying to look strong and determined.
Yep.
Oh, well, actually, she was reaching out.
Oh yeah, you were reaching out towards the thing. And then Graylin, what were you doing?
He was just looking skyward.
Okay. And then that's where season 1 ended. And you guys were all statues. Now, we go to one of the last free the last free city of Migu Town, where a gentleman is at a tavern finding out some information. Crash, give a description of what everyone would see.
Everyone would probably see a lot of gear still on him because of the fact that there's some things going on, and you see like sort of a protection or like a physical connection and not wanting to part from his armor or anything like that. Sort of slumped over in the corner somewhere, and trying to sort of keeping to himself, but definitely watching the rest of the room.
Now, you were looking for information, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes.
And what was that specific information you were looking for?
So, so I remember what exactly I'm putting in there, but I'm looking for information based on what happened so essentially, should I tell a little bit about the story about my recent past?
If you want, that's fine.
I mean, essentially, I went down a giant shaft into darkness and almost to hell, essentially, or whatever the underworld is, for a trial that I wasn't actually supposed to be a part of. Things went sour, things went haywire, and then all of a sudden, kind of just awoke where everybody that I was with was dead, and then this armor that is on me now just kind of appeared on me and started speaking to me and whatnot. So I left without telling anybody, and because if I ever went back home, they would definitely frame me for it. They think I did something wrong to them. So I'm out here looking for information to show my innocence and to show that and to actually figure out what happened in general.
Damn.
So,
like, not necessarily even trying to like prove your own innocence. You're just like trying to find information.
So yeah, because like I still have no idea. Crash has no idea what happened down there. There was basically there was supposed to be a trial where a bunch of students were meant to take down some of these beasts that were holding a gate. Essentially, is like a ritual of passage. And when everybody got there, they were already dead. And the vehicle we showed up on was basically just demolished. Like something just smacked it off the rails.
Jesus.
And then I woke up with my body intact, thankfully, and a sort of a cooling metal that turned into the armor that I'm wearing now, who was actually speaking to me in my head. And that's what also showed me that I should probably just leave.
Yeah.
Also, question: can you guys still hear the music?
Yes.
Okay, I can't hear the music, so
It is very epic.
I may have to restart it because it just stopped on my end. I don't know what happened.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Good thing it's only that one song. Let's see. Or I have to restart my my Roll20. I apologize. I don't know why the music stopped. Oh, there we go. Okay. I fixed it. So, yeah, you're in this tavern, and you're looking for information on what could have happened down there, and you should be able to hear music now, Astral. So you go and basically you see like this half orc man running the bar, and you just walked in. It's not there. Hold on. Let me turn this up a little bit. I apologize.
Oh, I guess I should also say that it's been about a year to 2 years since that's happened. I've just kind of been out on my own for a while.
Hmm.
I'm turning it up a little bit. It builds up, so if you guys can't hear it right away, it's fine. And you walk into this tavern. This tavern has a little bit of a hustle and bustle. It's like maybe like mid-morning a little bit, so there's like people getting breakfast and like having an ale before they start their day or anything like that. And you see like the half-orc bartender up there, and he's just like just taking people's orders and like serving drinks and all that kind of stuff. What do you do when you walk in this bar?
When I walk in, I legitimately find the darkest, furthest corner from anybody that seems to be sort of rowdy. So there's a quiet corner that I can sort of appear from and go. I will, and if and sort of waiting for somebody to come chat with me about anything that needs, like, somebody who works there or the half orc himself.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, no one, it's too early for anyone to be like super rowdy. Most people that are rowdy usually hang out in the evenings. You gather, and they're probably asleep right now or just waking up. Whether they're here or not, it's probably very unlikely. You get like a spot that's like a little mini wall, like half wall that like is sticking out, and there's like a table behind it, and it's a little bit dark over there. And you see. Basically a human like waitress like going around and also taking orders and helping out in the mornings as well, and she comes over to you and she's like, do you need anything?
Yeah, I need information. How much is this gonna cost me?
I mean, depends on what kind of information you're looking for.
It's hard to talk about, as I sort of keep my face sort of hidden as I am looking down, because she's human, we have half orc, but I still don't know what the rest of the world is kind of like as far as like tieflings and whatnot. So I look down.
Tieflings are very common, so like they wouldn't freak out if they saw that you were a tiefling.
Okay. So I still kind of hiding my face and like, have you seen any people of my kind come through the bar, maybe royals, recently?
We don't get too many royals here. I mean, most people of your race they're a little bit more common. No one of nobility of any sort.
Okay. Do you know if there's any place in town where people might gather around my like me?
Maybe towards Mount Etna. A lot of people do the pilgrimage around there.
The pilgrimage, you say? Do you know what this pilgrimage is?
It's the pilgrimage to remember the chosen who saved us. They have to go past the hero Verbandermog, and go past one of the chosen that we acquired, Migu. He was named after this town. He was very good friends with the mayor, and she was very kind and named this city after him.
And I'd say, okay, thank you. I'll have something to eat if that wouldn't be too much trouble.
Oh, we got some blood sausage and eggs if you want that.
That'll be fine.
Okay. And then she goes off and gets more like the food to gather and all that kind of stuff. And you see like a man. You can't tell. He's kind of like covered up, and he kind of like slinks out of the shadows, and he's like, "So what kind of information do you want?"
Do I know you?
No. Do I know you? I don't care. But if you have the coin, I may have what you're looking for.
Don't have much. What I have, something you may not be able to sell.
He may have wares if you have coin.
Good. Sorry. Good day to you.
You have my service. I don't have much coin.
Are you looking for these royals?
I'm looking for information about them. I'd rather not see them.
I may be able to get you that information, but I need you to do a little something for me.
What? What is this?
There is a strange mist up north, and I need someone strong that can go investigate it and find me any sort of relics or anything of the like up there for, a historical researcher who's not being able to get out up there.
And as I'm not very confident with myself, I sort of hesitate and stumble over my words a little bit. I'm like, and I hear in the back of my head this voice says, "Yes, you need to do this," or something along the lines.
Or do you want me to be the armor? I'll be the armor.
Do you want to? Yeah, that'd be good.
You should do this. Listen to the man.
And all of a sudden, without hesitation, I'm just, okay, deal.
Okay. And he's like, all right. Here, take this map. Don't worry about the food. It's on me. And then he slides you like this rolled up scroll parchment and puts it down in front of you. And puts like a couple silver pieces for your food down with it. And when you look down at it and look back up at him, he's gone.
Okay. I actually look around just to see if I can see him leaving or anything.
Give me a perception roll.
Stunned. All right.
That's the first roll of the campaign of season 2. 12? No, you don't see him.
Okay.
You look up, he's gone. A lot of people are coming in and out. Now it's getting a little closer to lunchtime and all that kind of stuff. So, it's hard to keep track of what's going on, especially when you're like off in your own little corner. So, the waitress comes up, and she brings up the food, and she's like, "Do you need anything to drink?" And she's like, "Oh, is this for me?" And like with the 2 silver.
And I say, yeah. Can I get something to wrap this up in? I have to leave.
Oh yeah. Hold on. I'll be right back. And she a minute later, she stuffs a little bit those coins in her blouse, and she gathers everything up. Can you give me an investigation roll? It doesn't have to be high. Yeah, that's good enough. When he puts down the 2 silver coins, you were a little bit confused, but you didn't notice because you were distracted by the map. That's not normal money you've seen, right? You haven't seen silver coins ever. So for them to put it down, and she took that money, and she was like very kind of surprised by it, and like stuffed it away. And you know, this currency, like this place runs off gil, so it's a little bit perplexing that this person would pay you in such a way. But you have the map, and she brings back like a cheesecloth, and you're able to like wrap up your food in it with like the eggs and the sausage, and for the money they give her, she gives you like a fork to take with you too.
Can it be a spork?
Yeah, it can be a spork. So you have the first ever spork is the prototype. And then you put the food together. What do you do?
I wrap it up hastily and I leave. I head straight out.
Okay, where are you heading to?
I head out, and as I'm looking at the map, I sort of want to follow the direction towards the mist that he's described to me.
So it's strange. You look at the map, and it looks very different. You can see where it says in the corner of the map where you're from, it says Flame Crest. And you recognize the volcano that's by it, the inactive volcano, Mount Etna, and you can see Mount Etna labeled on the map. But the city is labeled Flame Crest, and there's a few other cities. So to the west, across from Flamecrest, there's a town called Murstone. Kitty Corner, directly, like you would say, northwest, is a town called Port Dragoon in the opposite corner. And then directly north on one side is another village called Windsong. You've never heard of those other villages. And in the center, there's a town called Elios. Can you give me a history roll? You don't recognize any of these names. Thinking about it, you're like nothing in the history books about it. You know that where Elios is. You see that like there's a mark on the map, and it's like go here. That's literally what it says. Go here, and you can follow the road. You know that like there's a road around the mist. And like some other like plains out generally where you can go, and there's a mountain pass that you can go to other cities that are around, and go out past this valley. But for the most part, like there's no other place except for Migu Town and Mount Etna that's located here. So yeah, you start making your way up north. And go past the Star Desert, which is basically a bunch of like sand that has like large like glass chunks in it. And you can see them sparkling in the sand as you walk by. At night is a sight to behold, as like the sand actually changes, like it becomes like a starry night sky, it looks like. Why this happened, you don't know. It's unknown why this phenomena happened in the first place. But as you guys just look, as you would like look out, it would just look very sparkly from where you're at. It's generally a little bit hotter, but you can handle the heat. You're very adept with handling anything that's hot or fire related.
Am I surprised by any of this?
No, this is like kind of common stuff. The fog. No one ventures into the fog because most people that go into the fog, you don't see them again, or you hear from them. As far as that is the rumors. You don't personally know anyone who's gone into the fog or anything like that. But you were going down the road that would generally lead up to the mist. It doesn't take you too long to travel. It's about maybe like a day's travel to get where you're going. Do you go the whole way, or do you stop and camp at all?
Well, I would think that I'm moving a little bit slower to be careful, not to run anybody that I might know. So yeah, I would say I would camp about halfway or so, so that I wouldn't, because it would take me a while. I think.
Okay. So you camp at like this fork in the road. The fork, one way goes around the mist, the other goes directly towards it, and it's very faint that there is a road there. And you can go a little bit up it and camp there. You know you're not going to run into anyone on this road, so you're not too worried. There's not been any interaction on this road. You don't need to be a ranger to see that. You camp for the evening, and when morning time comes, or whenever you decide to leave, you start venturing back onto the road and into the mist. You're venturing deep into the mist. No one, it's uncharted territory, but you're courageously going in there. I imagine not too afraid. I don't know. Is Crash afraid of traveling into here for information?
No, he's more afraid of people and interacting with people than he is of facing things down, because he's very determined in general.
Okay. So as you are going into the mist, you hear a voice while you're traveling, and it just goes, "Why, look at here."
Who is that?
Who do you think it is?
I actually have no idea. I wouldn't be asking this question, would I?
That's very true. But I'm not a royal.
Can I believe you?
You can roll an insight if you want to really push that one. I'll give you advantage because it really doesn't make sense for a royal to be up this far. So you just roll it in the highest out of the two rolls. So yeah, you definitely are like, you're not in any territory where they would be, and you just hear a voice say, and you can't see anything. Like the mist is very thick, and you hear a voice in the back of your head, and he's like, I can sense that light all over. This place is corrupted with hollowed things. As you hear that voice in the back of your head, you hear the voice around you go, I am Kieran. I am the protector of these woods.
Are you protecting something from me? I mean no harm.
I don't know who you are, but maybe it is time that we let someone in. Maybe... What race are you?
That's a forward question. I'm a horned one. A tiefling, as you might know.
Oh, ones with infernal blood. Those royals. That makes sense.
Why does that make sense?
Why you're scared of them. And what's in your... Well, never mind. Never mind any of that. I will say that maybe it's time, because there's an undercurrent, something that people can't recognize. I think the world needs the chosen once again. Please continue forward, but be kind to the people here.
Thanks. Thank you for your kindness. I'll do my best. I don't know what you want, but I say this in every breath. I don't know what the heck is going on here. You're pushing, and I say to the voice, sort of, you're pushing me, and I hope you know what we're doing here. Because what did that man want at the tavern? What was his quest exactly?
To find relics of some sort.
Okay. So I'm just relying on the voice, like, hey, we're gonna find this and we're gonna get out. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't know who these people are.
Don't tell me what to do.
I just march on forward.
Okay. When you march forward, it clears up, and you are in this. It looks like to be a ruined city. There is a huge tree in the distance. It's very much, it's like a purple tree with very much like blue and green leaves that have like a faint glow to it. You can see specks of like yellow lights within the trees themselves. You see, you get drawn, and you feel your armor getting drawn to this one particular section. It's like there's a beam of light, but it's only seen in your mind's eye, something that's like beyond your normal vision, and it's drawing you to this, and you can like hear like a roaring fire or an erupting volcano within your mind, just like billowing and calling to you. And as you make your way towards that area, we get to a little fantastical place. I gotta bring you guys over real quick. I gotta bring it on stream real quick too. You get to a place that has not been seen, you can tell, for ages upon ages. As you're like coming up to this one section, your character is down here, if you see that.
Mm-hmm.
You are you don't even know. Can you give me another history check? You remember the town of Elios. You remember, like, thinking about it along your way and looking at the map, you're like, Elios. And you know that's where the calamity happened. And you know that this has to deal with what... the dark times. There was like a few years where darkness was just all over, and people trying to gather themselves, and new things coming out of the grounds, and just trying to monsters being born, things that never existed, it seemed like. But this town was like the epicenter of it, or the epicenter. And so and before you see this weird kind of like flooded, like mucky area that has these three statues that are on like these solid kind of like floating platforms on top of the water, and then before you is a platform that has this it catches your eye instantaneously. It's this ball of fire spinning within each other, and it's like an erupting just consistently, and like little flares come off, and you just see it, and like it's calling out to your mind so much. It's like and you feel your armor being drawn to it, feeling and wanting to feel that fire.
Okay, so yeah, I walk towards it.
Okay, you got control of your character.
Oh yeah, sweet. Yeah, I walk straight up to it. And
okay, as you like take the steps up and walk towards this thing, you can see like the ground, like there's ground coming up out of the water and meeting your feet as you walk up to this this ball of fire. And you approach, and you're standing in front of this ball of fire. What do you do in front of it? It's calling out to you, and it just feels something naturally drawn to you.
Yeah, then I want to reach out and attempt to touch it, as fire doesn't really scare me too much.
Okay, and as you go out to touch it, you see little like tendrils come out, and like little thin threads, and with little bright lights at the end of it, all reach out and start attaching to you, and attaching to your armor, and more essence becomes coming off of it, and the fire becomes smaller and smaller, but it's all enveloping around you, and going into your skin, and like into your armor, and empowering you, and you feel that fire, and you feel that like that vigor from when you like have that when it all absorbs into you, and you just and you feel like bonded with it.
I feel alive.
And you feel a darkness with it. You feel a little bit of a darkness with it, but with the darkness in your blood, it seems to mesh very well and combine. And then you start to as this ceremony, it seems like, begins to dissipate. You see something odd happen. Give me a perception roll. You don't notice this right away, but basically,
I would just be in awe this whole time. Well, this isn't normal to me, but it's really cool to me.
Yeah, so basically, what you see in front of you, you're just like absorbed into all of this. And Lolala, you were like reaching up in the air. And the last thing you remember, there's no memory skip at all. You just know that you were turning into a statue, but now you're looking up into the air, and you see like the bronze like receding on you, and the sky looks very different. You don't see the crystal in the air. It was like all of a sudden it was there.
Kind of different.
Like all of a sudden the crystal was there, and it was like it's starting to explode, and then it's not. It was like instantaneous, and like it is like morning now. You arrived. You remember it was evening from where you were at, and it is not the same scene that you remember from before.
Well, Lala instantly spins around to look at where her friends are standing.
And you look over, and you see Graylin, who was just looking up, and the same thing. All of a sudden, whatever you were looking at in the air instantaneously gone, and you are standing and looking into the air, and the stars are different.
Where are we?
And as you guys look around, you guys see a man. What's your character like donned in right now, Crash?
Wait, what do you mean?
What's it like? What would they see when they see him? You know, like.
Oh, it'd be dark, sort of, not scaly, but like the ribs of like a exoskeleton would be, of like what muscle might look like as an exoskeleton, but dark, like a dark warrior, hooded, like very mysterious.
Do you have a full helmet on?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like a metal helmet, but it has a cloth hood over the top.
Okay.
Miku? You look different.
I pull my sword. Who?
Whoa.
Hello? Do you not recognize me? She kind of smelled her. Ugh. God. Oh man, did it really get burnt that bad?
It smells very metallic-y.
Should I know you guys?
Migu, right? I mean, you're standing where he was, unless you're not Migu.
What's a Migu?
Lolala grabs her halberd.
And as you're like grabbing your halberd, you and Graylin both notice that like the platform that you guys are in is not what it seems like. It's very much filled up with like muck and water all around you, and it's elevated from way higher. And it's kind of like up to the even where people were sitting at the ceremony, and there's not that space around. And it's even up like to the platform, which was very kind of high up from before. And you guys are on this weird like stone, very light colored stone that is very clean. As Lolala pulls out her halberd, looking at this mysterious gentleman who's standing on one of the other pillars, who's not Migu.
Well, if you're not Migu, then who are you?
And sort of stature up. Well, I'm Crash. No? You don't know? I guess you shouldn't.
Is
What-
that,
what-
are we,
what-
are
What
we
kind of a
supposed
name
to know?
is Crash?
It's my name. What was this? There was a fireball here. Do you guys know what that was? It's sort of like inside me now or something.
Oh, shit.
Oh boy. How long? Excuse me. Do you know when? See, we were statues.
What is this? How? What?
And
We're
now
standing in.
one of
Lol,
our
we're
friends.
standing in water. Look,
Gone.
look around. Look at Ilios.
Lolala stops for a second, and she just kind of. Well, I noticed this. Oh.
What happened here?
Okay, everybody's missing. It's not just Migu. Why exactly did we turn into statues, and what's up with Ilios?
I don't know. I just got here. It
Well-
was like this when I got here.
Wait, where's Aster? And Lolala is like trying to kind of.
I just kind of
water
point
and
at
try to
the
think
Aster
of-
statue.
Yeah, and it's literally in like mid thrust, like
Yeah, and I think she was doing like the pelvic thrust, like the
yeah,
Like the,
and
Well,
there's
that's
this.
definitely Aster.
there's
Why
this-
is she's still a statue though?
Yeah,
is this space between these little squares that we're standing on? Is that just full of water?
yeah. It's like a weird, like it's like a weird, like kind of like still water that kind of like ripples with like you guys can like kind of like stand on these things, but it, like ripples the water a little bit. It's not messing up with your balance or anything. And then, but you guys look over at Aster, and she has this weird glowing glyph under her, and she's still in the statue form.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna use that spell that I got. I'm gonna use shape water, but I'm gonna use it twice.
Okay.
And it's gonna give me basically a 10-foot path of ice from my platform across to where Aster is.
Okay. When you form that pillar or that spell, and when you shape the water, you notice that like even as you walk, the ice all of a sudden is like erupted with like ground that shows up as you like step, and so as you each take a step, there's like dirt and like ground that appears under each step that you take, and then as soon as your foot comes off of the ground, it dissipates back
like the
into
earth
the
is
ground.
coming up to meet my foot.
Yeah, it's like coming up to meet your feet, and you're
well, then I don't
walking
need to
over.
cast shit.
Yeah.
I'll just walk over to her then.
But you notice as soon as like your ice stops at the pillar, or at the glyph, and you go up, and if you try to touch it or anything like that, there is a weird like kind of force field around.
Okay,
Where
I'm
Aster
just looking at it, like seeing if any of this makes any sense to me.
is. You can give me an Arcana roll.
I sure as shit can. Man, for a spellcaster, my Arcana is really low. I need to fix that.
Lolala starts walking over too, but she doesn't take her eyes off of this strange new person.
And the same with you. You see the ground like coming up, and the same thing is happening to Graylin. And with that Arcana roll, you don't understand. This is very powerful magic that's beyond your grasp. You don't understand what is going on.
I'm gonna take a look around at Ilios then, because I mean this was in like the center of the city, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna take a minute and look at my surroundings.
You see.
Actually, what I want to do is, can I look at the stars? Are they different completely, or can I glean maybe how much time has passed from their position?
You can give me a nature roll.
Well, that's gonna be cute.
With what's going on right now, you know they're very much different. Some stars aren't there. Some stars are still there. But it's hard to predict how much time has passed.
Okay.
What do you
As
guys?
Those are my
looked
two
around.
information gathering things that I had:
Yeah.
the stars and I failed both of them. So
Yeah.
I'm sort of like questioning what exactly you guys are looking at, and as I see you don't really want to attack me, I do put the sword away, and I'm like, what's going on?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you could tell us. As I mentioned, we were kind of statues. Not
Yeah,
exactly sure how much time's passed.
we don't have a whole lot of frame of reference here.
What's the last thing you guys remember?
We were here, standing where you found us, and there was a flash of light. There was the galaxy tree showed up. There was the black tendrils that filled the orb thing, and then we all tried to run, and before we could really get anywhere, we were turning to bronze. And that's, I mean, once it got past my eyes, I don't remember anything.
So this place has no more mist at all, right? Anymore?
You can see the mist like around, like
Okay.
in the as far as like some places it's too far off. You can see, but you kind of assume that like it's going around and protecting this area by how Kieran talked to you.
But it wouldn't look any different from the outside, right?
From the outside, you know that this place was just full of mist. You've never seen, no one's seen in here for.
Then never mind. Yeah.
That
I
was my
guess
great
I'll-
description. I just go.
I was trying to see if it would look different. If I was ever to know that this was like a new mist or an old mist, because from being from the outside.
No, the mist that you came through is very much not natural. That's as much as you can like glean from walking through it.
I just tell him I was sent here by some guy that said I should be coming here and looking for artifacts. Do you know of any special artifacts I should be looking for?
I think you may have just found the artifact that your friend was vaguely referencing, the one that like got sucked into you.
I mean,
I'll be honest, I don't
usually
remember.
means
most of it.
artifact.
Yeah. Now it's inside of me. I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Try,
Lala
wait,
puts her halberd away.
what's that thing that Mig used to do? Just try snapping your fingers like this, and then put your thumb out when you do it, like that.
Okay, and keeping my eye on you, I do that.
And basically it like there's like a little fire flame, like your hands are like a little lighter, and you're like, oh.
What was that?
Yeah, that's the power
Okay.
of fire.
Oh boy. Okay.
Congratulations, you've joined our merry little band of people who have no idea what's going on.
Yep. Basically, yes. That's about it.
As if I didn't have enough fire in my life.
Well, congratulate. Yeah, she said it. Congratulations. You too now have no idea what's going on. Welcome to the party.
Lola also walks over to Aster and she just kind of pokes the barrier.
And it's like, boom.
So, this might be a problem.
I don't know. I kind of dig it this way.
That's not a very nice thing to say about your family.
I mean,
Although I guess she does constantly turn into a giant spider in front of you.
Wait, is everybody the same race here? I should know that.
no, Lala's.
Well, this is a great time.
Yes.
For Crash, I want everyone to give a description of their characters over since it's beginning of season 2, and let's do a little refresher.
Yeah. Okay.
Graylin, let's start with you.
Okay. Graylin's about 6 foot tall. He's not like super muscular, but he's like he's a half elf, so he's got like some sort of lankier features. He has black hair, short pointed ears. His biggest thing though is that his eyes they're like bright blue irises, but the rest of his eye is black. So he has black eyes with blue irises. He has like a 5 o'clock shadow, and he's what the fuck was I wearing?
Shitty robe.
No, I was wearing studded leather.
Oh yeah, you have studded leather on.
He has studded leather armor, some fancy ass looking boots, a small gemstone orbiting his head.
No, that's gone.
What? Aw. Okay, hold on. Let me get rid of that.
Bummer.
He does not have a gemstone orbiting his head. Let me just delete that real quick. And he's got a rod in his hand, like a kind of a demonic looking wand.
And Lolala, what would Crash say?
Lola is a Lalafell, so she comes in just under 3 feet of height. Sandy blonde hair up and really high up pigtails, basically mine, but more like up here instead. She has dark green eyes, lighter skin, and scale mail armor, a really nice flowing green scarf with a blue cape, and also she wields a lance that is 10 feet long, somehow. It's magic. Don't ask about it.
Yeah.
And if you need to know what a Lalafell looks like, I put a Google search up there for you, Dan.
They are adorable.
Sweet. Oh yeah. I know what that is. Okay.
Super adorbs. And Puppy.
Button nose?
And then yeah, so you see these people that look fairly strange. You haven't seen hold on, I gotta find their names real quick because I always kind of mess them up. Oops, that's the wrong site. There we go. The guy kind of looks like a half Ellison, but he's not an Ellison.
We've seen tieflings before.
You've seen tieflings before, and Lalafells are very, very rare. You haven't.
I mean, we saw a tiefling at the bathhouse.
Yes, you did.
Mm-hmm.
But
did she not?
no, you all did.
Only
you guys,
I saw Aster pegging the tiefling. That's right.
Yes, you can't see what he looks like. He looks like he has like plate mail on. And
God, we can't see his face.
But he can see you guys, and he sees a Lalafell who is a very. You haven't seen too many of them, especially in this in Migu Town at all. And then the guy that who's with the stubble on his face, Graylin, he doesn't look normal either. I mean, he looks like an Ellison, but his ears are less pointy, and he's not as tall, and he's not as like defined. They have very long legs, and he kind of just looks like a mix between an Ellison or in a human. But it's very, very odd. It offsets you a lot.
Basically, we're all a bunch of weirdos.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the reason I
We're
asked
we're a scrappy bunch of misfits.
the reason I asked because you said family, and where I come from, I just came from tiefling, so so I question. I go, how are you guys a family? I don't understand.
Oh no, she was talking about me and her, and I pointed at Aster.
And the statue with the mid thrust, and it's like, it has like pointier ears than he does. It doesn't like that's again. It like you see it in like an Ellison, and I'll give you a picture of an Ellison here, so you have a reference, so you can have, and I'll probably throw it up in. Oh shit! There we go. Boop. There we go. For you to look at, and I'll throw it up in the Twitch chat too, so people, the Google search, so you guys can see what Ellison look like. She doesn't look like, she looks very like much thinner. You've seen female Ellison before, and you know that they're very much like hardy, tall. Very tall. She's not tall. Her ears are pointed in a very different way. Yeah, they're like more up and not to the side. But the features are very much the same. It off throws you so much. It's like looking at Ellison, but not an Ellison at the same time. Something like, it feels like more primitive when you look at it. Yeah, and that's what you see when you look at this mid-thrusting statue that has a purple flower glowing inside of her hair.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just look at her. I'm like, what's she doing? What is
That's normal.
Yeah, don't worry about that. That's yeah.
Okay.
She's interesting.
Yeah, I got that. I got that part.
Oh, you don't get it yet. I guarantee you that
No,
you do not get it.
we gotta get her out of this.
What?
I just kind of like knock on it, just like, boom, 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 boom.
Well, Walla just starts slapping it.
Yeah,
just completely ineffectually, just like.
Can you all give me a perception roll?
Shit. For once in my life, yes. A good roll.
Give me a good roll.
Well, Walla is far too busy making bongo drums
she's
on
like,
that barrier.
It's like boom, 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 boom. You know, it's like when you like,
She
yeah.
just boom, 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 boom.
You start off really well, then you get distracted by what you're doing.
Graylin and Crash, you both see a man also standing at the other side. Crash, you recognize this as the man who assigned this task to you.
And so I look over. I'm like, why'd you send me here if you're here?
Well, you needed to take the essence of fire.
What'd you do to me?
You've been chosen.
For what? He said the title.
You said the name. Woo! And Walla and even Aster inside the barrier just go,
and then as he is looking at you, you guys see him, and he transforms, and he is all of a sudden Elder Theo, and he's like, "That's because the world needs you all again."
Theo!
Excuse me? How long did you leave
I run
us
over and
here?
hug him.
You can run over and hug him. You like go over there. You're saying, and it's Theo. It's literally, you can hold him, and he looks the same.
I do hold him.
Oh, okay. And he's like, "No, there, Graylin. It's okay."
Well, Walla does not hug him.
You have been asleep for a very long time.
Yeah, what was that?
That was the essences of the elements protecting you, particularly the one of Earth. It has taken a lot of its energy, and Aster will come back, but it will take some time, and she may need some help.
We have to help her?
Yes.
Okay.
What do we need to do?
Well, if you look over there, it is, and he points to the galaxy tree. That city is very much a hustle and bustle, as it was back in its heyday. Much has changed there. But there is one that you'll recognize there, that can help with Aster and bringing her back.
So, look, Theo, you weren't very clear. You said a lot of time has passed.
How much time?
How much time exactly?
Bear with this news. It's been 500 years.
You guys are old.
Lolala walks up and slaps Theo in the face.
Graylin just like falls into a fucking heap.
So you like jump up and slap him in the face, and he's like,
You have to.
yeah.
Yeah, literally just
And then, like, falls back to the ground.
jumps to slap him in the face.
There's like resistance. Like you go to slap him and he doesn't move, and it's very weird. Also, he's five. He looks the same for being 500 years old.
Her eyes just well up with water, both rage and knowing that, you know, every single person that they knew is now dead.
Yep.
Why did you do this to us?
Graylin's just in shock.
I did not do this to us.
Well, then who did?
That I don't have an answer for.
Technically, it's Aster.
I've been watching over you this time, though.
What's my role? I have stuff to do.
You're the intern.
You are the chosen of the fire now.
I really don't have time for this.
Yeah, that's not really gonna matter.
And where do you have to go?
I've got to save my family. That's all you need to know.
Maybe they're both along the same path.
Lolala starts walking north.
North? Okay. Where is Lolala going?
I'm going home.
Wait, where is she from?
I'm Winsong.
Oh, okay. Why? Like, I'm sorry, but actually, why?
The Winsong is no more.
What do you mean it's no more?
Wait, what?
Port Dragoon's no more. Flame
What
Crest is
happened? What is this?
So you're telling me that we get picked for some stupid ceremony, go through an entire another universe, come home, get turned into bronze, and now everyone we know and love is dead, including every single person in the city. The entire city is dead. Just gone.
sort of. There was an impurity in the essence of fire. It corrupted the ceremony, and the calamity happened. But the calamity is not what we told you for years upon years. The calamity was the realm of monsters becoming one with your homes. Hence, the galaxy tree, now here. Whether your families lived or died is very, very ancient history now.
I mean, it's not really whether they lived or died. No. Lalafell don't live that long. Half elves, humans don't live that long. My entire family's dead.
Your
My mom, maybe.
family's descendants may have lived on, but
Oh, good.
that's something.
Good. That's comforting.
That's
That's
something
great.
I did not keep track of over these years.
And did any of our families know when we left that this was going to happen?
No. I'm sorry, but
Lala sinks down into the water. Just like plops right down in it.
Yeah, and like the ground like meets you as you like plop into it, and you can't get wet. It's just like it's perfect. Like the ground like goes up and meets your like butt and like whatever items you are like wearing.
She throws her halberd.
And it just like it lands, kind of skids to the edges, and like kind of lands like on the platform a little bit. And you Theo like comes up to you and he like sits down in front of you, and you notice that he's not touching the water. He's very much like hovering this much above it, and he kind of like crouches down, and he's like, I did not want to put this burden on you, nor do I want to put that burden on anyone. But you all saved a lot of people when you did what you did, because if the balance didn't happen, or the festival of the balance didn't happen, a lot of more things would have been destroyed. But you did save the people that you did by restoring what you did. Mount Etna did not erupt, nor was the valley destroyed by earthquakes and tornadoes. But the realms have all collided into one, except for the realm of Espers. That still sits outside of time.
What happens if we pull them apart again? Can they be pulled apart?
It's been too long now. And the elements, seeing that your job is done, have now basically chose you to awaken you when you are needed for the world needs protection again, for whatever reason. And they needed one that's blood tainted by devils, such as that one over there. And he points at Crash. Yes, you.
What did I do?
I think you just got lucky.
Getting too old for this.
I'm gonna go over and pick up Lala's spear, and then walk over to her and pick her up as well. Just like one arm. Like I think I'm big. I think I'm just big enough. I can just like one arm her and just kind of like.
You probably could, yeah.
Yeah.
She's just completely silent.
Yeah, I know. I just scoop her up. And I sort of lay. I don't like give her the spear because I don't think she's responsive at all. Just like lay the spear like across her, also just like holding her.
Mm-hmm. And you see
Like a little baby.
You see Theo, and he's like, I've been watching over the festival for a long time. A blink and an eye from me, and I remember a lot of things. But even before Elios was built, and you may discover something of what happened to your families by the galaxy tree. Not everyone perished, but I can't remember who, because I had a lot of things I needed to keep track of. In protecting you, I lost sight for one moment, and as plainly as you can see, I don't know where Migu is.
Is there anything like around anymore? Like, are there any buildings, like anything that like remotely resembles shelter?
You see the galaxy tree over in the distance.
Like what like how distance, like it's on the horizon, or like
I mean,
it's
like a little bit in the horizon. Like it's probably a few hours walk, but also Crash. I failed to mention this. Elder Theo is very much. He's an old man in robes, a very white beard, very human. Looking at you, he's kind of got a goldish tint to him, but he just stands there like hovering a little bit above the water. Nothing seems other than Lolala slapping him. He didn't move. He didn't flinch when that happened. So giving you a better visual, other than go like, it's Elder Theo, and then you're like, okay.
He doesn't seem like just a normal human.
He's like very like Gandalf-y kind of person. Like he looks kind of standard, but then he does some extraordinary shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll turn up my volume a little bit.
That's always the vibe I've gotten from him. He's just kind of like a Gandalf type of person.
Yeah, and as he like goes to, as Lolala gets picked up, and he's like, are you holding Lolala, or you just?
Yeah, like I'm like cradling her, like I have her in my arms.
And
I'm facing for the sake of thing. I'm facing away from Theo and from all this. Like I'm facing the direction that she was walking before she just kind of like.
Mm-hmm. And in that distance, you can see that mist, and it was the mist that protected the galaxy tree from before. And like you can see it like off in the distance. It has that faint like glow to it.
I kind of like nudge Lola. I'm like, time passes differently in the monster realm. Maybe Mug's still around.
I don't think I want any Mug.
I meant the Moogle.
Lolala kind of like gestures like she wants to, like she can walk.
Okay, I'll put it down.
She takes her halberd and kind of like reaches up and sort of like pats Graylin like on the elbow, because that's about all she can do.
but she's reaching all the way up to get to the elbow.
Like
I kind of like bend down.
She puts the halberd back on her back, and she just starts walking off towards the galaxy tree, saying nothing else.
Okay.
I'm right behind her, and I just kind of like call her my shoulder, like, "This is kind of just how things go. You might want to roll with it."
I guess I don't have a choice.
No, you definitely don't.
All right. Can I ask, are you guys good guys or bad guys?
I just start laughing. I'm just like cackling. Like before I was so goddamn somber, but like no, Graylin's just like laughing.
Lolala's still completely silent.
Is that a bad question? I don't know.
Yeah, you got. Do you all start walking towards the galaxy tree?
I'm going.
Yeah, I guess I just.
Well, Lolala started walking that way. Graylin followed and was.
Theo's clearly good. Like Theo clearly ain't getting any fucking older, so like I'm good. I'm also not too like I get it. Don't shoot the messenger, but I ain't too happy with Theo right now.
Okay. As you guys walk to the galaxy tree, you guys notice that like the aspects of the city. So this was the side of the city where Murstone and Port Dragoon sections were. And they were very much. You remember the buildings being very much close together, and are spaced out, and they're very much like in a ruins as you like go along. But as you get closer, you see some house in the structures strengthened by roots, and very much like. And as you get further and further in, you see a lot of the architecture being very much out of the tree instead of the tree itself. Like the tree.
It's like it's being like reclaimed by nature. Like the shit's like growing up the sides.
A little bit, but it's also like someone's making hospitable. Like someone lives there. It's habitat, like very much. This is like
It looks lived in.
A habitat. And as you guys go in, you guys get closer. You see like farmlands. Out here, you're making your closer and closer, and you're starting to recognize some people. Some of them being Lalafell, humans, some Rogadin, and Moogles, all living kind of in the city, and making their way closer and closer. And you guys recognize a very much lit up sign. It wasn't lit up before, but it says Mug's Tavern.
Well, Lala just walks inside, still totally silent. She hasn't said a word the entire trip.
I run to catch up with Lala this time because I'm after that was a good belly laugh, like definitely perked up the spirits a little bit, just even if it's for a moment. I just run up like, what the actual fuck is happening what is this?
So you walk up and like you see like people just walking around you, not paying any mind to Lolala. Even everyone else, like they don't seem to be paying attention to you. It's kind of like a normal kind of occurrence that there's new people here. Whether you know that or not, that's something you can glean off a quick observation. They're not paying any mind to you. They don't seem to be frightened of you either. Even though you have one man who's like obviously in plate mail and like a hood, and he looks very dark. And but as you walk into Mug's Tavern, it is very much a different scene. It seems to be very more modernized, you want to say, like it's very much the wood is very varnished and polished. You see a Moogle behind with that looks like Mug, but is different. His so what you see is like a fuzzy little thing, Crash, right? He is very much like a very cutesy, like Moogle-like object. I'll show you a picture of Mug that we have, and I'll point out the differences that you see in this one. I just have to find Mug because it's been a while. There we go.
Yep. Drawing on that main page.
There we go. Do you see that? I put the show to all players. Do you see that on the Roll20?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Maybe I have to add you to the list. Let me do that right now. I'll put all players in there. Save changes. Now let me do it again. You see it now? Yeah. So you see that kind of site right there. But this time he's like his ball is purple, and his bandanas are green with that little darker green camouflage with inside of it, and you see a Lalafell with like a blue hair and pigtails, very much like in Lolala's fashion as well. And you see as you guys walk in, the Moogle looks over at Lolala and it's like, "Don't look sad, Mug, come on," and he like is handing Mug to her.
Lolala takes it, but just because she doesn't really want to tell a Moogle that she doesn't want Mug. So she just sort of takes it and then like slinks away, kind of weaving between people, perfectly happy that no one seems to recognize her.
And you see Mug, and he's like, but that's one kill.
I got it. I know I've got Gil. I just don't know how much. much I got. Oh, a lot. Okay. I'm gonna put the 1 down for her, and then 2 more as well.
Okay. And then 2 more mugs show up. You grab yours, and then
I just kind of like palm the 3rd one and just like reach back. Like I know Spooky's back there somewhere. I'm just gonna like grab it and just be like.
I grabbed him like, thanks.
Yep.
And I sort of turn away and try it.
And as you turn away and you look around, like it's about you would say afternoonish currently, and like people are coming in for like dinner around the place. There is a buffet that is open. With the different assortments of foods, you see like star fruit. Sometimes you see like some different like variants of meat, and like just different assortment of foods. So whatever comes to mind, you guys, it's there. And what do you guys do? I'll just all sit down here.
Yeah, Lolala, when she slunk away, she pretty much looked for a table off in a corner somewhere, preferably a little bit darker.
Yeah. Go with that.
Yeah. Make it dark. I think Graylin sort of. I mean, assuming he can spot her, which shouldn't be hard to find a 3-foot tall person.
I mean, yeah, she's 3 foot tall, and she has a lance that goes 7 feet above her head.
It just looks like a lance is walking around the bar.
Yes. So as you guys are all like sitting down and all that kind of stuff, you see like the little Lalafell with the blue hair and the pigtails like walks up, and she's like, I'm sorry, hold on, I gotta not do a Moogle voice for her. Hi, yeah, if you guys, since you get unlimited drinks with 1 gil, also food, it's as much as you can eat, that's fine. And then she kind of like hesitates and like looks at you kind of like both Lolala and Graylin, and she's like, okay, well, anyways, yeah, no, did you guys help yourselves? If you need anything, come find me. I'm Lolulu. I'll be right over there. And then
I look immediately at Lolala when she says that name.
And then she goes back.
I look up and I go, hey, you guys have the same exact name.
No, we don't. And Lolala just starts drinking her mug.
I actually don't. I just sort of like, is that common for Lalafell to have names like that similar, or is this something? Like, do we need to?
I mean, her hair is blue. I don't have blue hair. What, do all Lalafells look the same to you guys?
Well, it's also the same style.
Yeah.
And her name is
pigtails are
Lolulu.
really popular.
Wait, your name isn't Lulu?
It's
No.
Lolala. You know, like you're
Cool. So
singing
your
a happy
hair
song.
color,
How
your hair
loud-
color, and 2 vowels off of her.
How
I
loud do you
don't
say
think
that?
We are actually. I mean, I'd say this is probably in
She's-
character. Like we are arguing right
She
now.
says it pretty sternly, so I would imagine at least in a medium volume.
Turning up this music. We got some tavern music. Okay. You guys say that kind of loud. You guys are in your like normal voices, and you're like, "No, my name's Lolala," and then you see like people around you get quiet, and are like, especially the Moogles. Like, you see some Moogles, and they're like,
Oh shit. We just outed ourselves so fucking bad.
Well, she doesn't even think about it. She just goes, "No, my name is Lolala," like singing.
Wait, did you say Lolala?
What?
I just kind of sit there like I'm just like eyeballing her.
Well,
Just like sitting there with just like
if you, and he like looks over at the wall, and there is a painting of a fierce Lolala warrior holding a halberd and diving at people, and there's like demons under her, and she's like,
and Lolala's just kind of sitting there with her mug, and she's got this giant 10-foot lance sticking up above her head.
I just kind of set the mug down. And I just like look at Lala. I was like, "Fuck, we're legends."
Yeah, and then Lolala, that's when you look behind Graylin in the dark corner. You didn't realize this before, but there is a picture of Graylin looking like this.
Like the thinker?
Yeah, like he's but it's because everyone thought you were thinking, but it was because Aster was doing something weird, and you were just like,
yeah, okay,
basically fail fish.
yeah.
Okay.
I look up there and I'm like, I've already gotten this wrong once. I don't mean to be racist, but that's you, right? That's you. Pointing, yeah.
I'm gonna need a lot more mug.
Yep. Hey, she said it was all you can drink.
And then
I just read. I'm like,
everyone, give me perceptions. I'm seeing where you guys get. Lolala is very much in her drink right now.
Yeah, well, she would be. She probably is just sitting there, like, literally staring into the inner lining of her cup, watching as she slowly drains the amount of liquid in it.
it's been a day.
Yeah. You guys notice, like, there's a bunch of people. As that Moogle, like, is, like, looking at the painting and looking at you, he disappears into the crowd. And then, slowly, like, there's this weird, like, kind of hush, like, all over, from everyone. Lolala, you were the last to notice this. Like, you noticed, like, there was, like, a hustle and bustle and everyone was talking, but now they've all gotten quiet. And everyone is looking at you guys.
And I look over, I go, are you sure you're the good guys?
I didn't say we were good guys. I just said we were legends.
Lolala just, like, when she finally does notice, she doesn't care at all. She ran out of Mugbug, she goes and gets another one and sits back down and just keeps doing the same thing.
Okay. Yeah, and then someone, another Moogle walks up, and he's got, like, a shiny little breastplate on. And he, like, he comes, like, through the door and inside, and he's like, are you guys Graylin and Lolala?
I just kind of look at Lala. I'm just,
Lolala's just looking back at Graylin, just blinking in silence.
And I just chime up. I'm like, yeah, that's them. What? Huh?
No one's seen you in such a long time. I'm sorry. I'm Cosmark II. I'm Prince of, Prince, it's like a figurehead now. We don't really have it's more of a democracy here nowadays. Maybe when you guys were there was a king mod, and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot that happened. But yeah, hi.
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 I mean, what happened to you? It's been a long time.
More of this.
We would love to know.
Second one.
And then you just see Mug.
Can I please roll Constitution?
Yeah, you can roll Constitution. As like there's a Moogle like running around. He's like, and it there's a new one instantaneously there, and you're like,
I guess
yes.
being bronze kind of bucked you up a little bit because you're just doing fine.
Well, she also has that dwarven belt on.
Oh fuck, that's right.
Also, if you didn't notice, at this moment in time, Crash, you would have noticed she has this green scarf on that's slowly blowing in the wind. And
Even indoors.
Always, always.
It's always like epically blowing from her sight, and she's just like, even inside. There's no breeze in here, but it just keeps going, and she just looks epic as fuck as she's like drinking more mug.
Mm-hmm. Just down in her mug, scarf blowing epically in the wind.
Now, Crash, as you drink your mug, what's Crash's favorite beverage?
It's probably a blood wine.
Oh, this blood wine is fantastic. It's aged perfectly. The vintage is so good, and it doesn't look like blood wine, but it tastes really good, and it's got a good burn to it too. The best blood wine you've ever drinking.
Oh, and I'm sitting here going, I didn't know this was available anywhere even close to here. It's very good.
Lolalis. Okay, Graylin.
I just cheers it. Like I sort of got like raise the glass. I'm like,
Yep. Just.
That's
She's just
that's the Moogles for you.
You see Cosmog the Second sitting in front of you, and he's like, "Did you talk to Lolulu?"
Wait, is he saying that to us?
Yeah, we did.
Lolulu Mistrala.
I like.
So you're saying the blue-haired Lola that she is related to me somehow? Because, we were just having a discussion about how I guess everyone thinks that Lalafels look alike and we have really similar names, that we must somehow be related, but I'm actually the one who's an asshole.
No.
Chuckle.
No, because she says she's like I don't know how to, family trees, okay, so your uncle had a family, and then down the line, I don't know what she's considered to you,
Her cousin? Her cousin's
no,
child?
further down, yeah, like fifth cousins, I don't know, something, but she said Mistrala.
So they're distant relatives.
She's yeah.
So it's like you're like somebody's great aunt.
This blows my mind right now. Like I sometimes we get the Moogles get to see it because we get to live for a couple hundred years. So you guys that live not that long, we're like, oh God, that's cool. You're like, you guys are all related and some weird family tree stuff. But this is I don't yeah.
I mean, the Mistrala family's not exactly super popular, so I don't think anybody would try to steal my last name. And she drinks some more mug.
You're like a hero. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like look at that painting.
They sing songs about you at night here.
Lolala just how far away is the painting?
It's like a good 15 feet.
So she just kind of gets out. She just stands on the bench.
Give me another Constitution roll as you stand up.
Uh-oh, here comes the tumbling.
No.
You are fine. You are just fucking Christ.
Nice.
Lolala can't even get drunk when she needs to.
Eric all over again.
Yeah, you stand up and what do you do?
She's just leaning over. I don't know if there's another table the direction that she would be leaning or not, but she's basically leaning towards whatever direction is the painting to get a better look at it. As if she's just going, what does that look like over there?
And you could see plainly it's you could see the fine details of the Moogle cloak painting and like as it like flies down, and you can see, excuse me, the mantle that you were wearing, and not the same armor. I can't remember if your armor changed while you were at the keep from the galaxy tree, but very much what you wore, the outfit that you wore during the galaxy tree.
The Moogle armor.
Yeah, the Moogle. It was the Moogle armor, not the Dragon's Guard armor that you're currently wearing. So it was the Moogle armor and all that kind of stuff. And you look at the signature down below, and it's in common. It says Magana, as like the artist who made this.
Aww. Who's Morgana?
Yeah, and you guys
now that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then like
I go over and check out my painting as well.
yeah, it's still it's Morgana in the corner as well, and it's very much like what you were wearing at that time. And like, but behind you is like a very much a star night sky, and what it says, like, what Lolala can't see on hers is that there's like a name below it, and it says Graylin, Star Sorcerer.
Well, now I want to know what Lolala says.
You gotta walk up to it. There's people in the way.
She basically like finishes off the rest of the mug bug, and she gets up because she's got to get another one anyway. And on her way to get another glass of mug, she goes up to take a closer look at it.
Okay, and as you take a closer look at it, it says you get way through the people, and they're all kind of like looking at you and kind of like spread away from you.
I was just gonna say Lolala just kind of weaves through them like she had been in the first place.
And you basically get up. What colors were you wearing in the Moogle City when you first came here?
When we first came here?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Like before I even got any of the Moogle armor?
No, when you like after you got all decked out.
Okay, because I think that the Moogle armor was just basically chainmail, and she did have the Moogle cloak.
Yeah, but you had a mantle, or was it like dark blue?
Yeah, the Moogle cloak. Well, because it's not just like a cape; it's an actual cloak that kind of goes over her shoulders and has a hood as well. So
yeah, it
sort of is a little bit like a mantle, but it's like a deeper aqua blue.
Okay. Okay. So as you get up and you see the sign on it, and you see what it says. It says Lolala, Dragoon of Bahamut. Under your title, as like you're coming down fiercely on like demons that were in like and you very much recognize like the galaxy tree as it was from long ago.
Are there other posters, like basically because there's one of Lolala and one of Graylin? Do we also see one of Aster or anybody else on the wall?
Oh yeah.
You see You see, oh, I gotta remember their name. I don't know if Migu was here. Oh, Migu, no, Migu never came here, so they don't have a picture of Migu.
Never been there.
They have, Gaylock, when he was here. You see
Garlic.
Garlic, yes, garlic. And you just see Bear Man is under his title, where it's like, and it's like him, and it's like arms are crossed, and he's like, and he like kind of is like fuzzy, like he was, with the Azura, the Ara, cranial horns over his ears, and then you have Avalox in one, and it just says the Blue Knight. and it is like him holding his like war axe with his eyes like lit up in the blue fire that it did. And then Aster, I'm trying to think what Aster would have, and it's like Aster like in the forest. And you guys notice that like she's like she has a bag next to her and in her picture, and she's like holding like an animal and like talking. It looks very nice, but you see her drug bag right next to it. And it's like open.
And Aster the dead cat around her neck.
Yeah, there's the strays in the picture, and it's very much, it says Aster the Lost. And those are the pictures you guys all see around, and everyone is now taking notice to you, and they're like, are you guys the ones in the paintings?
No.
I sit down next
Give
to
me
that
a-
painting and unintentionally,
just turns around and walks to get another cup of mug mug.
I just do that. I just, without thinking about it, I just kind of go. But I'm standing right next to the painting.
Yeah, you're like, ugh. And you see someone go, oh, the Star Sorcerer. And Crash, you hear all these people like, and you literally see him do that pose, and it's like literally that picture came alive and teleported in front of you. Yeah, and everyone, and you see, as Lolala, you were like looking for another glass of mug mug, and you turn around, you see like this Moogle with the blue bandana come up, and he's like, mug, mug.
And I go, I know, right?
Yeah, can I have that?
Yes.
Thanks. And she just kind of takes it and walks back to the table.
Can you sign my bandana? Can you? Why? Lolalu! Ah, no, I'm so excited right now. And you see Lolulu, and she's like, what is it? And, oh. Wait, Spoonie disappeared. Spoonie's gone forever. Okay.
Lola leaves.
Sorry. No,
Lolala.
sorry. Ollie was squeaking at me because he was hungry.
And you see Lolulu, and she's like, looks at the painting, and she's like, is it really you? Looking at Lolala.
Lolala just kind of looks at the lance on her back, looks back at the poster with a giant lance, considers lying. I'm probably not gonna believe that. Yeah. She just drinks more mug.
And in Draconic,
Please roll more Constitution.
yeah, you can roll more Constitution. So in Draconic, damn it, wow. You start
My
chugging
family is dead. I need to be inebriated.
Like Deadpool, you can't get drunk.
That's Captain America.
No, Deadpool can't either.
Well, yeah. So she looks at you and says in Draconic, and she's like, oh, the Platinum Dragoon.
Wait, you speak Draconic?
Well, Almastralis.
Draconic? I say the same thing.
Yeah. Everyone's speaking Draconic.
I don't speak Draconic, but I hear them both say the same thing, so I just kind of say it like in just like.
Yeah.
Lolala glares at Graylin.
Now that's Draconic now goes. She's like,
That's you. That's what you sound like.
and she like jumps over. She jumps over the thing, and like she looks at you, and still speaking Draconic, like grabs your hand. She's like, Almastralis speak Draconic.
Well, we sure didn't all speak Draconic back when songs still existed. Lolala takes another sip of her mug.
Oh, wait.
Is this actually alcoholic? because I don't really feel anything.
Oh, well, hold on. Let me get you the superstar fruit drink. And then she runs off and she's like, here, try this. And it is in a flask. And as you open it up, it literally is like lit up inside and sparkles are coming out of it. And do you take a swig?
Yup.
Okay, give me a Constitution roll at disadvantage. This is where you roll 2 20s in a row.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, you take a shot, and you're like, yep, you're drunk. You're shit-faced now.
That's better.
Yes, and at...
Ooh, that tickles.
And as she says that, that's where we're going to go on our break.
Jesus.
So I hope you're enjoying the beginning of season 2, where you guys are all legends and
Some heavy stuff.
yes, it is super heavy. And then yeah, we'll be back in 5 minutes, everyone. Everyone, go to the bathroom and get your stuff done. Oh boy, indeed. I thank you guys so much. Thank you everyone who subbed. Frisk, you're awesome. Joseph Gooley. I don't have a thing up. I literally scattered all around today. So yeah, and I can't wait for after break to see what happens with you guys. All right.
if drunk Lala feels any better.
Yes. My family's dead.
Hey everybody, we're legends, but my family all died.
And so on. We'll be right back, everyone. All right, go in the bathroom, get something to drink. in season 2.
So Brawlhalla.
Welcome to Brawlhalla. Yeah. So you, Lolala is finally drunk.
Woo!
Yeah, you guys are sitting in the thing, and the Cosmog the second. He's like, "You guys gotta come with me. You guys gotta see all the people. There's like
Who's all the people?
like the royals, and like they may have a parade for you. I mean, like you guys, this is a crazy.
Wait a minute, we have a parade.
You guys are saviors. You guys are legends. You guys fought the hell beast, and the other like denizens of hell, and where's that? You guys fought Geo.
No, we didn't.
Well, what?
Not directly. We fought against Geo.
Well, I mean, technically, we fought somebody the Geo was with Geo, but the Geo didn't like, and then Geo flew away.
But, well, okay. I mean, you scared him off though with all your might.
Sure?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I mean, that's a, I mean, they sing about it all the time. The Great Battle of Geo.
And how does that go exactly?
Oh, the Great Battle of Geo. The fight super hard. Lolala dies. Graylin shoots. And Aster spiders. I don't know. I'm terrible at singing songs. Okay, don't put me on the spot.
That was good.
And Miku cleans.
That was good. That was good. Like literally, yeah, no, it was good.
I'll fight you with my tongue. Actually, they didn't know who Migu was, but Migu. That's why Migu's not in the song. He's
Mama
like,
Migu would not be proud.
I mean, you guys could. I'm trying to think who. Morgana. She's very old, but you guys, you could see her.
Magana's still alive?
Yes, like
I just look at Lolala.
there's
I'm like, I just like look at her. I give her like that. Like, are you good? Look.
Lolala hesitates, but she does not.
Okay, let's go.
And you guys can bring the weird cloaked man.
Yeah, he's with us. Don't worry about
That
it.
is fine. I mean, he's got, I don't know, some crazy helmet. I don't, what even, you know what, hang on just a minute. What
Here we go.
exactly is inside that helmet?
A head. My head.
Yeah, but what does that look like? We don't even know what you look like.
That's probably for the best.
Take your fucking hat off.
Woo!
What does your helmet look like?
Like a knight's helmet
Okay.
with with horns. I would say like small horns because of how big it is. It's just the tips kind of go in there.
Okay. So yeah.
So yeah, I say like okay, and slowly I pull it off. It almost has the Kylo Ren mouthpiece kind of comes out, and I take it off. And my skin is like a very dark red, very clean. Like there's no scarring or anything. I don't look like I've been in a ton of battle, and I have these horns that kind of go back, and I look like your average, I would say average, unbattled tiefling.
Yeah, you're gonna want to keep that on when Aster wakes up.
Those are some big horns.
Why is that?
Well, you see, when a lady druid sometimes sees somebody with horns.
She's got a kink. And it's you.
Oh.
Right, specifically him? That's really rude.
No. It's the thing.
I mean,
Lolala says it's way too loud. Aster's got a thing for demons.
I'm not a demon per se.
it doesn't matter. If you got horns, she wants it.
I very quickly just put the helmet back on. I don't want this.
There's
It'll be our little secret.
a lot of people looking confused at everyone right now. You know that like don't meet your heroes. This is like one of that scenario where they're like,
I just have instant regret for doing what I did.
Yeah, get used to that feeling.
and Cosmog is like, yeah, no, let's go this way. Come on.
I think normally this would be the point where Lolala would care that people are staring at them, but she really doesn't.
No.
Her filter is gone. Cosmog is like at the door and so come on. And Lulu is following Lolala currently.
Question: how tall are the ceilings in this building?
Really tall.
Okay.
You remember when you guys were here, the tavern always adjusted to the size of the person that was in there. But this looks like it's very much like a foundation, and Rogadin do currently live here, so everything is like meant for people like of all sizes.
Okay, I was just curious, considering I have a 10-foot lance. So did the building just suddenly get like a couple extra feet tall so that her lance wouldn't scrape against the ceiling?
Yeah, well, you're always like at it's not like straight up. It's always like at an angle. So
is it legitimately like 10 feet?
Yes.
Okay. So it's even taller than me, and I'm like 7'1".
It's like mechanically 10 feet tall too. Like she has fucking threatening. It's right. It's
Yeah.
fucking great.
It's
magic.
Great. She's
like a mosquito with a fucking lightsaber. It's fucking fantastic.
She's the most Animu character. You guys are being led away into the galaxy tree. Still, everything looks the same as you left it. However long ago you guys think it's been for you, like a few days, I think. The market is still under there. It's the famous. You see the blacksmith's forge where Lolala got her armor done. It very much has a storefront in front of it, and very much has some very beautiful armor sitting in front of it. And then you guys get brought up past the throne room into the bedrooms, Cosmog, like waves guards away, and he goes, and like as you guys are spiraling up the tree, it's like very much like they're living within the tree, and it's still that symbiotic relationship that they have. They take care of the tree, and the tree survives. The tree seems to have grown in size as well to adapt for the bigger people that have now lived there. And as he like knocks on the door, he's like, "Excuse me, mom," and he like opens up the door, and you guys see in the bed a very old Moogle who's like getting her glasses that she had, and she's like, "Yes." And she's having a hard time see you guys in the distance there, and you see Cosmog the Second comes in. And he's like, I have some surprise gifts for you. If you see, and he like puts his hand towards you guys.
I'll go over there and kneel down by the bed.
Okay.
Yeah, Lolala walks over as well.
Okay. Do you guys say anything?
I don't think Lolala doesn't say anything, but Does, like, as they get closer, does she recognize them?
It seemed like she's having a hard time saying. Is her eyes don't look good. Like if you're to see into her eyes, like there's kind of like a clouding, and she's like trying to like squint and see you guys. And she like you guys can tell like there's like her fur is kind of like grayish, not like super gray, but it's very like fuzzy, and like you could tell like for a Moogle, like for when you saw her so like how many years ago. She is very, very, very old, and you can see it. And like her eyes don't open as much anymore, and her glass. She's like trying to like see with her glasses, and she's like, "Hello, who is it?"
Magana?
Hey, girl.
And you see like her eyes like open up a little bit, and she's like, "Hello, Gremlin."
Lolala just like takes her two hands and just sort of takes one of Morgana's hands and squeezes it.
And she grabs it. She's like, I thought you guys were gone. Oh no. And she starts tearing up and like crying a little bit. And she's like, I've missed you guys so much. I never thought I was going to see you guys again.
Lolala starts crying too.
Graylin's digging through his bag.
Okay, what are you digging for?
He's like elbow deep in his bag of holding.
Okay. What are you reaching for?
A potion that I have.
This okay, so you take out this potion, and what is this potion that you pull out?
Let me get the description up here. Excuse me. It's an amber liquid that has when I look at it, because I've kind of got it palmed.
Mm-hmm.
Inside of this amber liquid are a scorpion's tail, an adder's fang, a dead spider, and a tiny heart that, against all reason, is still beating. And I kind of remember that as I pull it out, I'm like, okay. And I pop the cork on it, and as I do, all those ingredients like vanish into the solution.
Okay.
And I hand it to Magana, or sort of like put it out in front of her, and I will roll for that if she drinks it.
And she's like, what is this? Thank you. I need a nightcap. And then she drinks the potion.
Okay. She immediately regresses 11 years in age.
Oh my goodness. And she's able to like get up out of it. She's still not like super like jumping around. She's able to like flap to the ground, and she has like a nice little.
I'll get more sixes out of that. Got a 2 and a 3.
Yeah, and she's able to like get on the ground, and she looks at Lolala, and her eyes have like cleared up, and she looks at her and she's like, "It's just like how I remember you," and she goes and hugs you, and she's like, "Oh,"
and Lolala hugs her back like as tight as possible, like if you were hugging an older family member, where you would want to hug them really tight, but not so tight that you're gonna hurt them.
Yeah,
she's just kind of silently got tears coming down from her eyes.
It's just like I missed you. I don't know. So a lot's happened. I don't know if you guys know. So we're in your world now. Do you guys?
I think it's kind of a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Colin.
Yeah. So actually, some Mistralas ended up here. A big thing happened. A lot of people got hurt. They like wiped out. And some of the Mistralas from Windsong got here, and some other people from Windsong. There's a Windsong district here,
we helped them, and so yeah, that's right. And it's so good to see you guys.
When she says that stuff about like there being a windsong district, I put my hand on Lola's shoulder and kind of like give like a little reassuring squeeze.
Was my father here?
What was your father's name again?
Let me look.
Oh, lar.
You know, I
Lolo.
actually don't. I don't know if we gave I don't know if we gave Lolala's father a name. I gave her uncle a name. Her uncle's name was Ronolo.
Renolo? Okay. I'm gonna say Zolili is your father's name.
Works for me.
So Zolili Mistrala. So she's like,
Yeah, so Lila,
He was here?
yeah. They lived a good life. Not much knows what happened to you, but they know that you were. We told them the stories about when you were here and how you protected us from demons like that, and they cried with happiness about it. And then, here, do you want to? I'm sorry to tell you, they passed away many years ago, though.
Lala looks down at her feet.
But they had another kid, and then that kid had a family, and then that kid had a family, and that family's I think still somewhere around here.
Lolala does ask, like, does she mention anything about her mother surviving as well? Like, was it the whole family, or? I mean, I guess it would have had to been if they had.
Yeah,
a kid.
she does mention. Yeah, I mean, she mentions that they were here and had a good life. She's like,
Zerlili.
God, I can't remember the name I just made up.
Zorlili?
Zolila and Laruru. They both lived here. I mean, they had another family. They had another kid. And that family grew.
I don't know if you had any brothers and sisters, but you just found out you have a brother or a sister somewhere. So that bombshell's on you.
I did now. Lolala was actually an only child whenever she left.
Yeah, and so since then they had another child, and
Replacement.
and they have but their graves are also here as well, and so what Magana offers you. She's like,
We can, when you get time, I don't know if you're busy now, but we can go visit your graves. Is that too soon?
Where are they?
They're in the south part of town, kind of in the Windsong district. There's a grave plots there. We actually had a tomb made for them. It's made out of the galaxy tree. Its roots formed it.
Yeah, Lolala just kind of nods, like she'd like to be taken there.
Okay. I think before we go there, there's one other stop we have to make. He's really old, like really super old.
let's go. And then she kind of like jumps down, and she's like, she thinks she's walking all fast, but she's like a slow little hobble.
And she's like, yeah.
But this is the fastest she's walked in a decade.
Yeah.
I imagine it's super adorable.
Like everyone's like looking at her in amazement because she's been, as far as you guys can tell, she's been bedridden for a very long time, and you know, and she's going along her way, and it's like a miracle, and you guys have brought life back to the Queen of Mogtopia, Magana, and so as you guys go into the town, you guys get to the edges of the Windsong district, and you guys recognize a old stump of a tree. Not Crash though. Crash is like, that looks like a dumb stump in the ground. So
What's this dumb stump on the ground?
Don't you call anything in this town stupid?
And as you guys approach, you guys recognize it as Magabu's hut.
Oh shit!
And there in front of it, sitting in a chair, like a little puff of fur, who we imagine is naked, is a very old, like rolls of fur are out, and you see a very old Magabu.
Oh, this is awkward. I only had one of those potions.
I go, oh, what is that? What is that?
And then you see...
That's a Moogle druid. Some wild shit.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey,
Hey, Magaboo.
we're back.
About time.
Well, I gotta say, you probably could have used me in a bronze statue for a few hundred years.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi. About time.
Oh boy.
Hi.
About time.
Hi, I'm new.
Hi, Nerd.
Hey,
Crash.
this is the demon guy that we met. I don't know, he took Migu's fire.
Oh, demon, no.
No,
Stop calling me a
And he
demon.
grabs some stick, and he's like... and he starts hitting Crash with it. He's like a little ball of fur, and you guys realize that he's naked. Like, this is Moogle naked, and he just sits around naked all day, and he's just
Demon.
There's an old naked Moogle druid just hitting Crash in the helmet with a stick.
No. What is no?
Yeah, it's
Not-
okay. He's
not a
He's
demon.
got the horns, but he's not. He hasn't. I don't think he's a bad guy. You're not a bad guy, right?
I'm not a bad guy.
I mean, you asked us. We didn't really answer you, but you didn't.
Yeah, I did just kind of laugh when you said that. Sorry about that.
Where's
I get that a lot.
where's Esther?
She's still metal.
I think we're supposed to get your help with that. She's still really bronzed and not in the too much sun way.
Let's go.
and then he's like, and his movement is very much like he's very like about like 2 feet every fucking 20 minutes. It's a
Yes. Are we there?
Not quite.
Okay.
He's like, it looks like he's sitting in the same place, but if you had measurement tape out, he's like moving a little bit. And he's like,
Makaboo. Yes. I'm here.
God damn
Are we
it.
here?
and
Are
then,
we?
And then the thing opens up, and little Lalafell comes out, and he's like, "Hey, well, leave Magaboo alone." He's like, "Come on." And he's like,
No.
No, we can't need his help. Excuse me, who are you?
I'm his apprentice.
You're this guy's apprentice?
Yeah.
Cool. Did you ever talk about somebody named Aster?
Oh, the dirty one.
Yeah, we're trying to
Yeah,
free
that's
her.
her.
That was
Yeah. Oh. He's getting it.
that was 500 years ago.
Oh, look, but he's getting it. Hold on. Let him
Yeah.
think about it. Let him figure it out. Hold on.
Loala just kind of gestures like this to the lance on her back.
Oh.
What was really crazy just now, and this is out of scene, the bird flew by, right? Ollie flew by, and then Dan's dog chased after it on the screens on my computer, and I was like, they're not in the same room at all. But it was just coincidentally that happened, and I was like, that was the most amazing thing. Renee's even shocked about this. Magabu is like, oh, gosh, no, that's their, and he hits him in the head, and he's like, that's them, that's they're heroes. Yes. Where's Verbandermark?
Wait, what do you mean where's Verbandermog?
You guys went to go get him from Swamp, and he never came back.
Oh. As far as we know, he's in the Esper world.
Huh. Okay.
I made him a statue with Graylin.
Wait. You turned him into a statue.
No.
Here's
You are a
what
powerful
happened.
wizard.
God damn it.
No. Mario, please. Seriously. Come on, man. You made a statue that looks like Verbandermog because of the whole fighting Ifrit thing. He
Right.
fought this big fire guy.
Yeah, that was his name.
You are a powerful wizard.
Okay. Yep. Yes, we are.
Luala just looks at the lava. So we're gonna need your help then.
Magana is like,
Yeah, he's quite old now.
Yep.
He's very powerful though. He's been practicing. He's way older than any Moogle. We don't know how he's so old. I am actually a little bit older, and we think it has something to do with magic. Since I am a practitioner of magic, and he is understands the elements and the magic of nature.
So magic makes you old?
No, it helps you live longer. I don't know how it works out too well, but I don't. But Lalala, do you want to head off to? Do you want to go visit the tomb?
I'd like to go alone.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to show you where it is, and then I'll let you go from there?
She nods.
Okay.
and then she like grabs your hand and then walks off with you to the tomb. And then Crash and Graylin, you were standing in front of Magabu, who goes, oh, she is a wizard. She disappeared.
Well,
And that's where we end today's episode.
God damn it.
Ooh. So yeah, that was episode 1 of season 2, everyone. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
We'll get more into it next week. Hopefully Renee gets all her stuff put away and her computer back up. And then we'll see what insanity unfolds in front of everyone And it was really heartfelt tonight. Lolala got me sad a few times. I was like, I feel so bad right now.
I thought of a lot of stuff about her and her family, okay?
Another god.
Oh yeah, it was always
The
like,
one
it was
character I
implied.
thought of that had like an actual, just together normal family that hadn't had anything bad happen to them. So it was like, yeah, she's got a mom and a dad. They're both alive. It's great. Everybody's happy.
Yeah.
Well, because it was implied that everybody's families that were gone, but you had to go and describe what what had happened. So it was almost like you killed them right in front of her eyes.
Wow.
It's okay.
Yes. All right.
If it made me feel crummy, then I mean that just means that you did a good job. And
Yeah.
Thank you. I felt crummy, so I did a really good job. I felt bad.
you're not crummy.
Oh. Okay, let's go around the round table, and then I will look for someone to raid at the same time. So can we get a wonderful Danotage? Where can we find you, and what do you do here on the internet?
I tell bad jokes, mostly fart jokes, on really early in the morning. So like I start like really early in the morning.
Okay.
And I know I'm Danotage and everything. And we play a lot of Dauntless right now because it's freaking awesome.
That's good stuff.
And I'm excited to get into Crash. I think Crash is going to be a dark but dumb and gullible and fun kind of guy.
Fun and crazy guy.
I think it'll be good.
Let's go next on the list. Capital Vices TV.
Hello. My name is Taylor, or Capital Vices. Capital Vices on Twitter and Instagram. I'm Capital Vices Twitch. Right now, I am taking a short break from my God of War maximum difficulty playthrough to try a couple new games. We tried Sunless Skies today, which was the next adaptation of the Sunless Seas game from Fail Better Games. And then on Friday, we're going to be playing Ash of Gods, which is a really, really dark kind of variant. Reminds me a lot of Banner Saga in terms of the combat and kind of the narrative gameplay. But I've got some copies of that to give away. So
Awesome. And then Spoonie.
Hi, that's me. I'm Spoonie. I am a full-time variety broadcaster who focuses mainly on RPGs, both retro and modern, and I love retro games in general. I'm basically just a giant nerd who likes to play goofy instruments that require no skill, while also playing RPGs. And I've been playing actually Okami lately, but recently this past weekend I did an evil playthrough of Fable 1, dressed up as an evil Moogle, because I have a Moogle emote called Bard Evil that's a Moogle with a mustache, so I literally dressed up like that, which is why I conveniently had this entire thing of mustaches.
I saw that on my dashboard one day, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I had to leave, so I couldn't stop to find out what was going on. But I was like, "What is okay?"
Why is
She's
Cody
wearing a
wearing
mustache.
a mustache?
I'm
But
totally
yeah,
not evil.
totally. No, I mean, not everyone who has a mustache is evil. But so I've been playing Fable 1. I'm also playing through Fable 2 and maybe Fable 3 as well. All evil playthroughs. And Super Metroid, because I've never played it.
It's really fun.
Fable's good stuff.
Yeah. Super Metroid's really fun. Fable's really fun. 1 and 2, I think, are pretty fun. 3, I mean, they're Fable games.
I liked 3. 1 and 2 are my favorites. I actually forgot how much I missed playing Fable 2. I just started it yesterday, and I was filled with such ridiculous nostalgia. Changing NPCs' names is the most fun thing ever added to a video
Oh my
game.
god! You could do that.
And I like to say I'm McLokin, your GM. You guys can catch me here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central with this crazy crew. With Renee, please go give Renee a follow. She's fantastic. She was bummed out she couldn't be here because she hadn't unpacked her computer yet. So, but she'll be here next week in full Aster Force. And then I'm on a slew of different shows on Twitch. If you guys want to ever come find what show I'm on, just follow me on Twitter at McCloakin. Tomorrow I'll be on a City of Mist campaign, Not So Speedruns. Friday, Metamancer's channel, I'm going to be doing a Warhammer Dark Heresy campaign. Pyro Brand. Sundays, I'm going to Call of Cthulhu campaign. Same on Metamancer's channel. Mondays, I'll be starting a City of Mist campaign, which Taylor is also going to be in with another fantastic crew. That's starting June 11th on Monday evenings. And then Tuesday, I'm on Encounter Roleplays Midgard, the World Tree Burns, which is super fun, and I made everyone cry in the first episode. So I pulled a Lolala. It was great. But we're gonna go right over to Unmade Gaming.
Can I add one?
Oh yeah, you go ahead.
Oh, I forgot to mention I'm on a D&D show every other Friday over on twitch.tv/fruitbats. It's myself, Fruitbats, Simcopter, Animated Break, and Casey Fruit.
We'll tell them all I say I love Moose and Sim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will.
They're beautiful sons of bitches. Guys, go check out that show as well. You can... Wait, can I shout it out? Fruit Bats, you said?
Yeah.
Here, I'm going to put it in chat. Because I don't think I have a mod paying attention to Fruit Bats. There you go. Is that... No, my bot's not even turned on. So, just go copy and paste that name and go put it in the Twitch search chat and do some work. Bye. Okay. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. You guys are awesome. Thank you again. I had a fantastic episode 1. I can't wait to get you in the full thick of it. I took it a little bit easier tonight because I was like, we're down one person. Let's do some backstory and focus on that a little bit. So, you guys, thanks so much. We're gonna go right over to Unmained Gaming Chat. Hit /me. You have been chosen. Bam. That's what you'll put in there. I'm going to... Can I hit up? No, I can't. But I'll be over there hanging out for a little bit. And you guys all have a fantastic day. I don't have a starting over screen, so it'll just end. So I haven't figured anything out yet. I'm a slacker. Is it?
It just went over.
Yep. Bada bing, bada boom.